is 5 o'clock UK time, and that means it is time for CAD like no one's watching, because no one's watching. So I'm basically just going to sit and spend a little bit of time on the old Fusion 360 working on some model. I'm not sure whether I've got my mic volume sorted. We're just going to see how that goes. We're as boosted as we're going to get, so let's see. I'm gonna move over to Fusion. Oh, what I should probably start with is showing off this. This was the back part of the thing we designed yesterday, printed off last night. Couple of good things, couple of bad things. So, good thing, the hinge points, I wasn't sure exactly how the hinge was going to work, and to be fair, when I picked the size of diameter for the pin, I didn't really have anything in mind for that, but these bamboo skewers fit perfectly, nice snug fit, so that is going to be the plan there. Now, bad thing, I did a quick test earlier today and it doesn't fit. It's just a little bit too wide. When I originally measured the part, I used a tape measure, and I assumed wrongly that the distance between the points would be a fairly normal number, so like an even number, so I measured it about 11 centimeters and figured that was what it was. Today, when it didn't fit, I took out some calipers. It's more like 10.7. So first things first, let's adjust that. Let's see. Okay, so this is our part, and we're gonna see if we can't adjust it to sort out what we did wrong. So what I might try is go way back to the beginning of the timeline and start adjusting the original sketch. In fact, it'll be this original layout, which will be the first thing that I got wrong. So here I did 11 centimeters. I want that to be 07. So let's just fix that first and see what that leaves us. Okay, so we can see that we're got a few things to fix on the timeline after that. Well, okay, so let's just roll back to probably this sketch right here. Okay, so that was the first thing. Okay, so in fact, again, I did that sketch and then I used this to move out the distance I want, so I should be able to fix that there. Okay, where does that leave us? Better. So this block is too wide. That block looks okay. The hinge pin is too far out, but that's fairly easy to rectify. Okay, and we've got a bunch of things on the timeline that are not good. Let's work through those. So this is right, yep, so that was my radius down there. So you are selected, but you don't like the 30 radius. It was just a wee bit too tight. It's interesting that the difference of what I've changed blew that out by a ½ mil. Fascinating. Okay, what's next on the fixing the timeline? So you were missing edges. You were supposed to be something. I do not remember what that would have been. So I'm going to ignore that for a moment. What was this? Ah, okay, so that was me pulling that off. Yes, let's have a look. So I guess these radiuses were probably in there. Tell you what, I'm going to move this set of pins into where they need to be. Now then, so that was where I was constructing all my pieces. This was my feature that created. Ah, yeah, no kidding. That I'll have some joins in there that will not work. So I want to come back to. You're not bad. I wonder, what is the best way to get back to a point of repair? Let's just move that out of the way before. That's no good. So, thoughts on the right way. I want, so a point that I created those pins, that's the question, is exactly where did I do that? Because here we are. Great, so that's where I created them there. So what I could probably do with is moving that sketch let's see if I can just move that where I would want it. That looks closer to what I expect. Stop the sketch. Let's see what that does. Rebuild everything. Ooh, right. So now we have the pins closer to what I'm expecting. If I get rid of that, that is excellent. Somehow it thinks I've got 2 extra pins. We'll worry about that in a minute. But we are back. Ah, that's why you're 2 extra pins, because I overlapped 2 things to join to fix that mess yesterday. Yeah, okay, that's probably doable. Where did I do that? That was where I was combining features originally. I should probably switch the back piece on as well so I can see where that happens. What is that sketch? That sketch is that. Whilst I'm at it, I can probably fix you. What I want to do is remove some of the constraints that will have come with it. And let's try moving you. That's more like it. And stop the sketch. Yeah, so in making this narrower, everything is off kilter. I wonder whether it's going to be easier to just ditch yeah, so that's where I got rid of you and then made a bit of a mess through there. But that I can move to there. Stop sketch. That should get rid of one of those extra things. Yes, it did. And then that one. Let's move you. So this is really just an exercise in me fixing up a timeline after a dramatic change, which would have been avoided if I'd just got the measurements right in the first place. Celavy. Right, so I should also find where I drew that pivot pin. Let's stop that sketch for a second. Okay, yeah. So basically everything is now behaving as if the pivot pin never existed. There we are. Let's move that fella. To there and stop that sketch. And hopefully when that rebuilds we'll be very much closer to where we need to be. Okay, so we're upside down. Let's pivot pin is back in place. That also means all of the construction has happened in the right place, so I just need to fix this front bracket and its associated sweeps. Yeah, so that'll be what these chamfers were. Let's fix those chamfers. So I think that that needed to come into there. That's not the way around I want it. I think that's the right sketch. Right, yeah, so you found yourself again. Right, your radius doesn't need to be as much. Right. Now I'm realizing what's messed up for this side is that the work I did to fill in this has gone away. Let's create that right there. And good. And once that rebuilds, we can extrude him up, and then we should be able to fix that second radius, which will hopefully get us almost back to where we were. He says, now finding everything has stopped responding. That's not always a great sign. Oh dear. Have we pushed Fusion beyond its capabilities? Oh, no, there we are. Just took it a little while to think about it. Okay, so it has now recovered that, which should mean that I can recover this. Yep, now it's found the right radius. It's just a little bit too tight given this size now. Okay. We've re-radiused back to the right dimensions. And it's thinking about it again. In fairness to Fusion, as much as it's a bit of a faff going around and fixing these bits and bobs, the fact that it is fixable is pretty cool. That I made a fairly fundamental error early on with the size of things. That is another connector that's missing. I wonder if that was from... So now we have the hex holes back, but what we haven't accounted for was that this block is no longer the right size. Oh, I could actually bring it back out a little bit from... Right, so that's where I set my holes originally. Let's fix this part. Right, so we've got our pattern here. Let's fix the pattern. So I'm going to say we'll make it -65. Okay, and then we're going to move the original over back into there, and with any luck, stop sketch. All of the other holes will catch up. Well, how about that? They did not all catch up. Okay, that's fine. We can find where that happened. That was a series of moves a little bit later. Oh, this one doesn't like. So let's see, where did I sketch my... I'm going to look for when I created the hexagon. There we are. So that was that, and then I did a series of moves. Yeah, so that's why. Because it's remembered that I moved it, so that was correct. That move is fine. But then I moved it over there. That move needs to come back to line up with that hole. Great, we can do that. And then this move needs to come back in that way to line up with that hole. And marvellous, my hex nut insets are better. That's better. We are looking in good shape. So that leaves the hex cut out of the back panel here, which I did to reduce usage. I want to come here, get rid of this front panel for a second. It's you that I want to move. I want to move the whole thing. Come on. Oh, that's exciting. That is not what I want. So, answers on a postcard. How do I move the whole thing? Maybe like this. Okay, you know what? Rather than me mess around with figuring out how to do those last two pieces, I'm actually just gonna stop the sketch. Let's just forget those ever happened, and I'll just do it again. Marvelous. So let's have it doesn't really matter, inscribed or exscribed. This is our face. That is our center line from there, and that is our center line from there. Boom. We'll get it lined up nicely. This worked really well as just a way of getting rid of a load of material that didn't need to print without needing to create any overhangs that would have been poor. Okay, so let's just check a couple of measurements. So from there to there, 107, that's what we wanted. Just a wee smidgy narrower. So if I switch that back on, I'm curious to know whether this actually works, having done all of that. Oh, it does. How about that? So I should probably check the pin cutouts for each side. I'm surprised if that's still working. Let's check on that. Oh, the old Space Mouse does not like... Oh, right, yes, that cutout is there. That cutout is there, he says. That looks... that cutout does not look enough. Neither does that one. I think when I moved my hinge in, I moved it in a wee smidgy more than I had last time. Let's have a look at how that affects things. Let's get rid of the railing. I want to see how close those pins have come to the center line. Come on, twist with me. There we are. I mean, that's not too bad. That's fine. It's not. Yeah, it's just that literally my arcs that I used to carve out spaces are just a wee smidgy too shallow now. Let's have a look. Where were you? I wonder if I... Oh, let's stop the motion. Oh, everything's come back. Get rid of railings, please. Come on. So it would be nice if doing that would actually show me which of the things, which of my sketches related to that. So not you, not you. I was already fixing stuff by then. You are a sketch that I need to fix. Yes, please. Let's have a look. So, in theory, I need to move you. Can I just... Can I do that? I don't know that I can. Yeah, that's not going to work. That is not going to work. Right, what I should probably need to do is get rid of these constraints, which will be based on the original. Come on, go away. Let's see if I can move you. Why is my move over there? What has that got to do with anything? Bum 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 ba-da. I think that I am probably making too much of a meal of this. It's theoretically possible to correct it nicely. I'm gonna... I wish it wouldn't do that. Oh. Well, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Why did that happen? Why is the back... This is... Oh, this whole thing is twisted. Oh dear. That is not what I want. What has happened there? What has happened there? Okay. So the front bracket looks fine, but the back bracket is all twisted. When did that happen? Must have been early. Yeah, let's have a look at what happened with this. What is that? What is that? How is this here? Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of that sketch line altogether. And get rid of that one. And in fact, yeah, let's just get rid of all of this. And we'll try that again, shall we? Yeah, line. So last time I did that, and then I did that, and I did that, and then I did that to keep it all parallel. I don't really understand how that got quite so mucked up. Let's see whether or not it... Whoa! Yep, I figured that was going to cause some interesting knock-on effects. So, that was that sketch. Let's extrude. I assume that it extruded, yeah, the wrong parts. Let's get rid of that and that. And with any luck, that will fix a lot of what was just wrong. My goodness, not really. You also bad selection. Missing bodies. Well, given the... Come on, you must be the missing bodies. Why aren't you letting me select you? Let's roll the timeline back to here, shall we? Okay. Why did I do a move and then... What did I move? You must have been what I... Gosh, I really made a complete mess of this. I want to select the direction. Why won't I? Come on. That's not the direction at all. Behave yourself. Where's my origin? Thank you. That's more like it. Okay, so I still don't remember what that move. Oh, I wonder if the move is. I probably shifted it up the. Okay. Yep. So what happened is that move should have moved me up the railing, and that's why I think why wouldn't you see? That's peculiar to me. This is a critical move. The bodies are there. Why isn't it letting me select? I did not know. Oh. What did I change? Did it just need time? Okay, that's... but you haven't remembered where you moved to. Sherbet. About there? See what happens. Hopefully now I figured out its move. I can always come back and remove it again. Oh no, I think you need to come down a bit. Let's come back by 25. Let's see what that looks like. So that hopefully will fix the worst of the mess I caused. Maybe let's bring ourselves back to the beginning, or back to the end perhaps, and we'll see what the resulting recalcul will do for us. Ooh, somebody is watching. Although they haven't said hello. Say hello. Hello. Okay, so it looks sort of healthy if I fixed the worst of this problem. Let me get rid of the railings. Right, okay, so we at least fixed the weird issue in which my half pipes went odd, but I still have this sketch is a complete mess from whenever that happened. This fella here, let's correct you. Okay, what did you do? I think the lesson here is clear. Don't fundamentally mess up one of your main measurements and then have to go back through time in order to fix everything. Yeah, you are completely garbage. Right, I'm gonna nail you. Let's completely just draw you again, and then we can worry about fixing the resultant. So this should have been, yeah, you see you've got this lingering sketch object that knows about the weird. Okay, let's do that by 3. Excellent. And then sketch in our connectors. Hopefully I can fix that extrude and we're back to having a properly flat back piece. Ooh. Yeah, thanks Mr. Klee. I am going to fix up my warnings. Oh dear, there we are. That definitely corrupted that. So let's select you again and you again. Bum, ba, bum. Okay. We have that looking like sanity again. My goodness. Okay, what else have we screwed up? So I think that explains why this chamfer was a mess. I expect was because that back piece was completely not what it was supposed to be. Nope. Why are you? Which one are you? So you are correct. Why have you got warnings? You've got warnings because you now are also overlapping into that. That shouldn't matter. I don't think that matters. So you then extruded, that all fixed. I don't entirely understand why. I'm pretty sure that you should have been there. Maybe because I made this lower down, that move has shifted him. Yeah, that should have been more central, right? Let's go back and have a look at this fella. You were that original move. I'm gonna come. Well, that's certainly exciting. It looks a bit better, a bit closer to what should be. But yeah, I have completely mucked up that stuff. I'm gonna, come on, don't mess around. Why are you giving me well, I'm not sure why that is broken. Other than because it wants to be. Space Mouse really having difficulties with the CPU. Right. So I've lost this fella again, which is interesting. In fact, this whole thing is shifted over. Why has that happened? Why has that happened? So I fixed that. That is out of sync. Thank you, my love. It's a learning exercise. That's why it's called CAD like nobody's watching. And I want to... The edge reference is lost. There we are. So it thinks that was its edge reference, but for some reason, even though it can highlight to me exactly what that edge is, it's lost it. Like that's like literally the opposite of lost. You've literally just showed me it. That's the edge, but I don't. Oh, now I see. He is not joined properly, so it doesn't think of it as the same object, and because it doesn't think it's the same object, it hasn't got that edge properly. I think that is the problem, and the reason probably does come back to that sketch, which I didn't think mattered. Let's go have a look at you. Oh, we've upset Fusion 360 again. It can't, there we are. It just likes to jump me to random places when... Right, so... let's move this fella. Oh, you don't like being moved. Of course you don't, because that would just be too easy. And there we are. You shift out. You do that. Let's see what happens when we recalculate. And oh, we're getting there. We are getting there. Except we've got something in the way. Turn off the railings again. I feel like I'm constantly turning the railings off. Wow. So you are correct. Front railing guy, back railing guy is now not connected in a weird way. Oh, because you're also... why are you... more ramifications from that. This weird... see, I would love to understand exactly why that original cut got messed up and then it managed to keep a reference to that weirdness. So this was sketched off of the offset line, and I wanted it off of this front face. It should have been connected to this surface, but it was connected to a surface that shouldn't ever have existed, and that is why it is all sorts of off. So that's not the sketch that I want to change. So yeah, that is the sketch that I need to change, but I need to change its reference. Here we go. Redefine the sketch plane. That's what I want. That's your sketch plane right there, sunshine. Let's see what happens when that recalculates. Oh, it goes away completely. Well, that was a theory. Hello? Yeah, I didn't sketch you there, you stupid thing. You've jumped me into the middle of nowhere again. What is that? Why are you... How are you... Why are you over here now? Let's get rid of that. Let's come back into here. That's our sketch plane. We'll make ourselves 30 by 30 again. Okay. We'll stop our sketch. We'll fix our extrude to extrude that new object. It might have been faster to do this from scratch, but it is an education. It is an education to find out why. Yep, you are the new profile. Thank you. It's 15 minutes to gin and tonic time. Will I have corrected all of these things by then? Probably not. Right, so this sketch is now completely all over the place. Do you even know what your sketch plane is, buddy? Can you tell me? Do you... That should be your sketch plane. I'll tell you that for nothing. Okay, let's... stop, come on. Tell me, how do I choose sketch plane again? Stop, and recalculate. Okay. It's thinking. Slowly. So yeah, it's very interesting how something about changing the gap between them caused, I assume, constraints in sketches to just jump around a place because they still existed, and then everything after that was calculated based off of those incorrect locations. Okay, come on. Stop messing around now, Fusion. It's time to actually jump into life, because otherwise this is gonna get real boring. Well, more boring. Ooh. Okay. Redefine sketch plane. That is your sketch plane. Thank you. And oh, there we are. Let's edit that sketch. You sort of almost recovered. You didn't quite. Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Let's delete that line there. And that line there doesn't need to be there. And that constraint there doesn't need to be there. And let's move. Can I move that? Is it just going to be easier to delete? Probably. Okay, so if I stop sketch, I should be able to make the extrude select the new profile properly. That's definitely not what I want. Yes, you. Oh, don't tell me that that doesn't connect. No, not that profile, you stupid thing. Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Let's try modifying the sketch again. Because you don't think that you are joined up. And you should do. So, you to there, to there. mean, you'll do your bingo. So you are happy again. I should now be able to select the feature that I want, which did it not join properly when I did the extrude? Possibly didn't. You are joined between that and that, right? You should, at this point in time, let me move my cursor to here. At this point, do you think of these as multiple separate bodies? You do. Look at you. That is not a join. Let's insert a combine. You and you are a join. Thank you. And let's fix you. You will hopefully see the right line. Yes, you do. Let's figure out how much of a I can get away with. Oh, don't be like that. Manifold, edge, or vertex. What do you mean a manifold, edge, or vertex? We are running out of time to correct all of the mistakes. But we've learned some things, not all things. I kind of don't understand why you use separate volumes, share an edge or vertex, look for this condition on driving the volumes so they overlap. See, I think maybe my mistake was getting sloppy on this fella. Where the hell am I again? Right, thank you. Okay, so let's get rid of these lines again. Okay, so connect to things that are there, damn you. Right, so you're no longer a weird triangle, you are a proper chamfered thing. Okay. Come on, don't give me an error. Oh, you mother. That's super annoying. Super annoying. Okay. I'm going to go back to the end and just see where we're up to before we are out of time. So I managed to mess up the alignment of those two things, which is not a big deal. The chamfers on both of those things are broken. The chamfer on this is broken. We do at least have flat parallel. This guy needs his sketch plane redefined, so that he's actually flat with that. So let's see if we can do that guy at least. There you are. Redefine sketch plane. you should be on there. Better. At least somewhere there's a hole that's completely in the wrong place. I wonder if I can try moving that sketch. If I inspect the distance between there and there. DD, I don't want to. So, like, you're about 10 centimeters off. Where are you? Oh, no, not you. Not you. Yeah, you're that one. You're that one. You're that one. Wait, did I? That's the sketch I want to change. And I basically want to move you. Did I get you in the center? If I move you 10 centimeters up. Stop sketch. See if I've realigned you. 3 minutes to gin and tonic time. Ooh, that's very, very close. Not aligned. That's all over the place. But you know, I'll forgive you. How did that extrude end up completely off? If that was right. If that was right, then why is my extrude all messed? Because your sketch is why is your Dan learns at painstaking length how rubbish he is at this. Yeah, that what not is going on with you, eh? Just get rid of all of this garbage. Right, well, my time is up. I have not fixed my model. I've learnt some lessons about how it's super cool. Oh dear. Oh well, that's not even connected to that part of the model anymore. It's pretty cool. It's kind of interesting to try. And that's why. So I got definitely messed around by the change of plane that occurred when, for some reason, those initial lines got messed. I can fix it. I will fix it. But for now, that's the end of this live stream. I may or may not try again next Saturday at 5 o'clock UK time. For now, it's definitely time to reward my efforts, and we will say goodbye on a little bit more music. Thank you for not watching. This has been CAD like no one's watching. I was almost exactly right. I almost forgot. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I have to say it properly. Cheers.